So this is the 6th entry from March 7th at 1:52 p.m. I wrote it. The Mayan day is still 11 light. Astrology's ultimate meaning? Okay. When we left off, I had just explained how Source, Prime Creator, God, or whatever, had created the earth and everything on it and in it by shining his/her light on us through the constellations that surround us. Thus, the Creator imbued the creation with the light of those constellations. I know, I'm bringing up divinity and creation and all kinds of maybe questionable things. Sorry, can't help it. You'll just have to get back in heart and take it on trust that I don't have a religious bone in this body. Heck, I don't even identify myself as spiritual anymore. So I promise I'm not going religious. Just trying to understand things. And I'll say it again, that doesn't mean I have one word to speak against the religions and the religious ones among us. All people are great, and we come by whatever pathway we choose, and everyone gets to choose for herself or himself. There, that's done. And just making sure. I mean, people are going to choose to be offended, no matter what I say. So I can't help that. All I can do is to state it as clearly and plainly as possible, being loyal to truth, capital T, and move on. Everyone rules in her own kingdom. You get to make your choices. Okay, so you got that part about the light and the energy of the constellations not being symbolic, but being actual and impregnated into all of creation down here, right? Okay, moving on. Now, this bothered me a lot, and here's why. I don't identify with the body, with the mind, or anything material, any particular material thing down here anymore. Either I'm not that, or just as accurately, I am all of that. Do you see? It's pretty well explained in my other journals, so I won't belabor it here. Anyway, the bothersome part was that one particular planet, one particular perspective in all of time and space should be singled out for such divinity, such divine attention. I mean, what's with that? I don't get the man is the only life form or the only creation thing. Nonsense. There's plenty of life out there. And even across the dimensions right here. What the heck? Thus, I had a regular crisis of belief, of understanding, of perspective, whatever. It was a personal crisis, though. I just couldn't accept the specificity of that, the seeming unfairness, the unbalanced nature of the particular time-space emphasis. Do you see? Oh, geez, I'm really out on a limb here. Oh, well, maybe someone will understand, will connect with this. It is so freaking cool. No, not yet. I haven't explained it all yet. Here's the deal. Source, or God, is supposed to be divine, right? I mean, that's pretty basic. Okay, going from there, here we've got Source concentrating all this meaning, all this power and emphasis on this particular Earth, these particular constellations. I wanted to say, bullshit. And what about the freaking rest of your creation, huh? Are they just dung? Do you see? Why the big emphasis here? What has this one planet got going for it that it should be supremely singled out like this? Do you see? Please see. So, I got mad at God there for a while. Have you ever done that? I highly recommend it. Trust me, she can take it. Doesn't faze God one bit. Besides, the reality is that that's the way you feel inside anyway, right? Well, do we think God doesn't see that? Who do we think we're kidding here when we're not being straight up with God? Hello! So, I was angry. It seemed stupid. It wouldn't have been so tough, but I have a good heart, and my heart told me in no uncertain terms that this book, Initiation, was right on with so many things. It offers real wisdom, capital W. So what the heck? In the midst of all of this powerful wisdom, was this shit? Could it be shit? After I got my tantrum at God out of the way, I eventually got around to considering the possibility that it wasn't shit, that it could be true. Now, this wasn't going on consciously. I was not using my brain for this stuff. Yeah, I know. I just lost a lot of you right there. But just get back into heart. Skip it. Jump over it and go on. You can go back later. Just take it on faith. For this moment, just pretend that this was all going on deep within, deep in heart space, in the inner kingdom. My outer self didn't have complete access to this. This was during the month when I set the book Initiation aside because I just couldn't get past this lesson. I couldn't accept it. I couldn't understand it. Okay, now, so my outer self didn't have complete access to this. How do I know this? Well, you know when you get the completed realization presented to you and it just bowls you over. You look at that, you feel that, you experience that, and then you realize what a heck of a lot of stuff must have been going on deep inside for you to have now come to this place, which is so very different from what you thought you believed and understood. It's a shocker. So, anyway, aside from all there, here is what is for me okay. So anyway, aside from all that, here is what is for me the pièce de résistance. This that follows. I realized as I took up the book and read further on in it, seeing that my mind was finally able to engage with it, or my inner self, or whatever the heck it is that reads when I read. So anyway, as I was reading over the lesson again, here is what came to me. Source, or God, is divine, right? That means she does divine stuff all the time, and it's no big deal for her, right? Well, okay then, get this. God could have all this mega divine influence flowing through these local constellations, so peculiar to Earth's perspective right here, sure. That, mayhap, anyone can accept. Well, being divine, God can also have the same fullness of depth, light, and divinity flowing in through every other set of constellations, specific to the perspective of every other spot in the cosmos, and have it all be just as deeply meaningful, even if it is completely different. I'm still bowled over by that. Now, ponder that. No, I didn't say think about that, because the brain in a bazillion years couldn't take in the depth of that, the awesome majesty of it. Maybe you've got to be an astrologer to really see this, but check this out. Tune into heart, because you've probably been one in some lifetime or another. And the heart is the portal of all that. Yeah, so even if you've never read a single book on astrology in this life, it doesn't matter. You too can connect with the awesomeness, the magnitude of this understanding right through your very own heart space, your own kingdom of heart. Besides, remember, we're all one. That means, on some level, you can even borrow my understanding. I'll be glad to share my awe and amazement over that. Just go into heart, where you'll find it. I kid you not.